What's going on, everybody? It's Crypto Vision here, back again with the midweek live recap. I hope you're having a great week. I hope you're, just trucking through. We've got some spicy things to get into. Our president is in China. We got some stuff going on in Iran. We got CPI, PPI reports coming in. We got a little bit of red on the charts, but that doesn't scare us. We're going to be we're going to be starting off with some Jasmy, Chainlink, Degen. Then we're going to be going into some other charts that we're looking into, maybe possibly spot some entries. I also am going to be unveiling something that I have been working on. I do want to shout out Phoenix for almost having me blow my cover, but it's something that I've been working on for a while, and I'm looking to see, how you guys think about it, what it looks like, things like that. So, as always, I do thank you for your time. I thank you for stopping by. If you're interested in the free Discord, no strings attached, it'll be linked in the description. If you're bearish, if you're bullish, if you're neutral, if you love crypto, you hate it, if you're into precious metals, traditional stocks, we talk about everything there. I also offer a paid Patreon membership, in-depth analysis. You would also be, getting the ability to get this indicator, and a bunch more stuff. There's a ton of stuff there. I've heard, great feedback from it. I've been tweaking things along the way based on the feedback. So, as always, I do thank you for your time. I thank you for stopping by. Without further ado, let's get into it. What up, Canoles? Appreciate you stopping by, brother. All right, so we got Jasmy here. Okay, and the big thing, first thing I want to talk about is the CPI, PPI. I believe it came out. What was it at? What was it at? CPI. I think. I just want to make sure I have the exact numbers. The Truflations is obviously a little bit lower, but it did come in higher, right? CPI came in higher than expected, came in hotter, and PPI came in hotter. So they both came in hot, thus the correction. We've been talking about a correction, expecting some kind of correction just because you can't go up forever, right? We've been looking for some kind of pullback, looking for monthly opens to hold, looking for key areas to hold. But yeah, so inflation has been heating up, which would be expected based on the oil and electricity costs, right, going up. I mean, essentially electricity costs really spiking up, and also we can attribute some of those electricity costs spiking up in certain regions, right, not nationwide, based on data centers, because those things are going crazy right now. Where I'm at, they're building them. It's the boulder that will keep on moving. Nothing's stopping the train. And so we had that going on. I guess Iran is and UAE have been going at it, right? UAE has been secretly attacking. I don't know how secret you can attack an entire country, but they've been attacking. And Iran actually struck a Japanese, Japanese carrier, or not a carrier, but a cargo ship. And so now Japan's thinking about joining the United States in the blockade and war efforts against Iran. So it's still muddy. We've been talking about it. During a ceasefire, with countries that really don't like each other, they're very fragile. The market makers are going to use any kind of negative headline to flush out leverage longs, right? Because we know a bunch of leverage has been entering in and, kind of shake up the markets and scare the markets. But we're not scared. We're not worried. We're expecting a correction. I actually can start off with stablecoin dominance. Let me come right through here. Since you guys are on the live, you get the full look. All right. We've been talking about stablecoin dominance closing down below the 7.091 level. We get down below that with a definitive close, right? That's not definitive, right? We need this next candle to come down through here and close. So, having a great Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday would be amazing, right? A full body candle close down below this 7091 level. We've had that just because of the interaction on, historically. It's been a very, very key area. All right, very key area. And then I think that's it. Am I tripping? I'm tripping. That's it. Okay, cool. So all throughout there, okay, when you got down low, you started to tank. Okay, you actually tanked for a little bit. So that's that region we're looking for. It did close down below there. And I did change around the actual pattern. It was a triangle pattern. It looked something like this at first. Oh my gosh, my drawings are so bad. It was like this and like that. Okay, and then it fell through. Okay, and it closed. Okay, and so that's why I've changed it now to it's a descending wedge, right? It's something. It is. I mean, technically, it's bullish, right? We can't be biased. We have to acknowledge where bullishness is. Okay, but anything below 7091 is great. Next target, since we're above, if you're new to the channel, the next target is 7.799. Sorry. So that's the next target. So you could come up through here, reject, and then that's your harsh rejection. And then you actually come down. So now to coincide with the correction, with the market-wide correction. Okay. I do want to unveil something. So I have been working on something for a while. Phoenix, the last live stream, he talked about something that I was trying to not really highlight that I've been working on, but I think I have enough courage. I have enough. I think it's solid enough right now that I kind of want to unveil it. I've been working on it, 49 versions of it. Okay, so it's been a pretty long time. Okay, so I've been working on this down through here. So this is my personal indicator. It's the jack of all trades, right? I've been working on this thing for a very long time. Okay, and this is something I'm gonna actually release for the premium plus, right? So and I'm gonna try to get this actually released for. I'm gonna try to see if I can get it as a standalone feature, but it offers a lot of. There's a lot of in this metric table. There's tons of things. Okay, first of all, right, how to actually read this. This is not just an indicator. It's not just blindly buy and sell. All right, it's an indicator where who controls price, where is price action being controlled? Are the bulls in control? Are the bears in control? Okay, so there's tons of metrics in here, and it goes throughout all time frames. Okay, so whether or not the zone is to buy, is it a caution zone or is it a sell zone? Okay, there's many factors that play into this. Okay, such as volume. Okay, any kind of divergences, RSI reading, MACD reading, and then also the fair value gaps of the VWAP. Okay, so the VWAPs, if you guys are unfamiliar with volume profiles, pardon me, that's exactly what all this down through here is. Okay, but this zone is also impacted by the VMC that I have. Okay, it's also impacted by VMC, by green bullish signals, by red bearish signals. Okay, so this zone right through here is the most important. Okay, it is the idea that we're gonna pair this, okay, this zone to buy zone with the value POS. Okay, when we're looking at when we're looking at things like VWAPs, we can see that things changed, right? But overall, right, different time frames are gonna have different, I would say not overall signals, but just different patterns. Okay, and so so through there, so we have a trend. We have the trend indicator right through here. So it's a scale of 0 to 10. All right, a scale of 0 to 10. So 0 to 3 is a bearish pressure, bearishly postured. Okay, 4 to 6 is a neutral. So it's transitional. So it's transitioning from either bullish to bearish to bullish, right? Either way. And then 7 through 10 is bullish. Okay, it has the RSI. This is the RSI 14. So it has the RSI in there. So that's why I don't have the RSI. I will use the RSI every once in a while just to convey what is actually going on. People who are visually inclined. And then it also has the MACD. Is the MACD bullish or bearish? Right. So very very straightforward stuff. Okay. So this is not just like, okay, we're buying. I'm going to buy right here. Okay, what is the trend? Okay, is a trend up or is a trend down? Okay, so we're looking for strong trends. We're looking for buy zones. Okay, if we want to go through ahead and talk through different VWAPs. Okay, so it's basically the fair value based on the volume. Okay, so where does the market consider this to be a fair value? Right now, Jasmy, its fair value is at 2 cents. It's at 2 cents. All right, so this is undervalue. Okay, technically. Okay, the point of control. So if we're, I'll just take on the VWAP since it's can be confusing. I'm going to try not to bounce around. So anything above the VWAP, okay, typically, right? Typically, it's not always a certainty, but it's typically a bullish acceptance. So buyers are in control, all right? And it shows strength. Okay, so above the VWAP, it shows strength, okay? And we have the VWAP, all right? I can actually just use this. I don't need. So the VWAP is actually blue, okay? POC is purple. Value area high, the VAH is green. Okay, value area low is red. All right. Okay, and so below the VWAP, which we're below the VWAP. Okay, so it shows weakness. It's it typically will show a harsh, not a harsh rejection, but it will have rejections on there, and it'll have bearish pressure. Okay, if we look at price action, I mean we've seen this time and time again. Okay, just rejection, rejection, possibly a rejection, right? Possibly a rejection, right to the point of control, essentially, right under the point of control, which is 1 cent. Okay, so we have that, and we're just going to keep going down through. So now we're talking about the point of control, which is the purple. Okay, we're talking about the point of control right there. Okay, so this is the price level in which there's most interaction or value. So 1 cent for Jasmine is where we should see price go to next, right? That's the magnet, so to speak, the area where it's going to attract the most volume. Okay, so whether it be short volume or long volume, that's where the most volume is going to be attracted to. Okay, so it's either gonna go up to a penny. Where is that? Like right here. And then reject, go up to a penny, consolidate and go, or go up to a penny and just kind of hang out and find a base. That's where we should see our first interaction with a setup. Okay, so we're not there yet. We're at 0.08. Okay, we're above 0.08. All right, and the way the POC works is above the POC is bullish. There shows strength. Okay, so you're showing strength once you're above the POC. Okay, but price is, right now it's below the POC. Okay, price right now is below the POC, which is, it's tough, but it is what it is. We've been here, and we're sticking to this area like white on rice. And then below the POC is weakness or lower acceptance. Okay, so weakness, lower acceptance. We're gonna range down through here, things of that nature. Okay. On the daily, it's pretty much with the POC with the value area high, so we're going to go to the VAH, VAL. All right, so areas, so this is where we're thinking of like the upper band and the lower band. Okay, upper band, lower band. Okay, and let's see how the POC is typically in the middle, right? Typically in the middle. And right now, what we're doing is we're looking and we're waiting for the ability to break above. Okay, we're looking for the ability to break above, and so right now, what we're trying to do is just establish, okay, where is resistance, where is support. All right, so if you're below your value area low, that's not really what you want to see, right? For some reason, this isn't loading exactly properly, and it's still in works, right? It's still in works, but that's essentially what it is. Okay. And then step 8 is the most important, the POS right here. This factors in almost everything, right? This factors in almost everything, and it's color coordinated, okay? And so, it goes from dark red to orange to yellow to lime to bright green, okay? And essentially it ranges from, 0 which is the lowest range, okay? So it goes from 0, okay, all the way to 1.15. Okay, 1.15, that's the highest, okay? And essentially what it's showing is that, when you are in a lower range, you're at below value. You're looking at something, you're looking for the zone to buy, right? You're looking for something where it's in a buy zone, and typically, right, this can be overextended, so you don't want to just buy. So I'm going to show you silver real quick. Okay, so what we have right here on silver is that, what up, Phoenix? How you doing, brother? Thanks for stopping by. So what we're looking for is they're not always equal, right? So the buy zones aren't always equal. Okay, so right now it has a buy zone, all right, but it's already highly extended, right? 1.09. That's almost at the top end, right? That's almost at the very, very, very top. Right there. Okay, so it's overextended, right? It's expansion, it's moving. Okay, and so what we're really looking for is a buy zone. Okay, with point 0.5 or under, right? That's the good entries, right? That's the entry where you've hit before expansion. You are you're not getting in at a price that is exhausted, right? Because this is, yeah, it's saying it's a buy zone, right? But if we're looking down through here, this is still it's still moving. It's already moved up significantly. It's already moved up significantly. The value area high is at 87. Okay, so it's right above the value area high, but the POC is at 77. Okay, so we're looking for something possibly to stabilize and come back down. 77 range. And beyond, okay, and beyond. So, this weekly POC is at 59. I've had 54 for a while, so that's kind of where I'm looking at. Okay, and look at this. We're on the weekly, which is a more reliable time frame. It has a buy zone, which is aligns with the VMC. Okay, so the VMC had a buy zone right through here. But look, it's almost fully extended. Okay, so it's kind of risky, right? It's kind of risky, but it's showing that it does want to keep continuing, and we've talked about this coming up to this $92 level and possibly reversing, right? The value area high is at 90, where we're seeing 92. Potato. It's something that that part of me that I use in conjunction. I do this a lot. I've done this a lot with my master premium chart. Okay, and I do a lot of my work on that on my own, and then on these, this is for the lives and things like that. But that's my personal. That's almost like the beta, right? Where I test things, I test levels, I test ideas. I don't just come on blind and wing it. That would be amazing if I could do that, but I'm not that good, right? I'm good, but not that good. And so we can continue. We have bearish and bullish divergences, right? We have bearish and bullish divergences on here as well. Okay. And the last thing is we have a bullish and bearish score, right? Bullish and bearish score, okay? And so, whether or not we have the score, the ratio, anything like that. So bullish scores, we're factoring in the MACD, the RSI, the zone, whether or not you're above or below the VWAP, whether or not you're above or below the POC, right? All these things contribute to a bull score or a bear score. Okay, and all these things are, they've been, it's crazy. Yeah, like I said, tons of versions, right? Tons and tons of versions. Yeah, Phoenix. I was waiting to unveil this, but you brought it up in the chat, and I said, you know what? I don't think it's specifically ready just yet, but I did want to let everyone know that it is. I have been working on something. I wanted to sound. I didn't want to give anything away too much, but this is what I'm working on. It's still a work in progress, and I do have a cheat sheet. I have everything that is included. What to look for, how to look for it, things like that. So it's not just a blind guide, so to speak. Okay, so that's something that I really wanted to talk about. Really wanted to highlight. Okay, really wanted to get into. If you guys have questions. Anything like that, drop them and I can answer them. I tried just to give a brief overview of everything. It is very intricate. There's tons of layers in this, and it allows me to remove, because I've said it many times, I'm not a big MACD guy. RSI is something that I do use, but if I have an RSI score here and a MACD reading here, those are two indicators that I don't need to have cluttered on the space, right? A lot of people have many indicators up. I'm more of a this price action guy, and a couple of indicators that can help guide where I think we're going. Okay, so yeah, kind of that stick. I gotta put the plug in. I'm just sorry. I'm trying to find the CPI, the exact readings, but I know they were hot. It's all good. Clarity Act is tomorrow, so we're expecting the Clarity Act on May 14th, which is great. We're gonna see it. It looks like it's going to be. It's been there's any amendments, any kind of corrections, anything like that have been introduced, and so tomorrow it goes for markup, and we'll see what happens with that. Okay, so we'll see what happens with that. In terms of I do want to talk about Bitcoin real quick. I do. Right, I do. Okay, and so what we got for Bitcoin right now is a backtest of 78,000, which I'd really like to see. I'd really like to see a backtest of 78,000, and this is something that I kind of wanted to highlight. All right, so on our weekly chart of Bitcoin, okay, value area low 71,000. Okay, the VWAP is very low. The VWAP is very low, so it's still very bullish, right? It's still very bullish. That's why people have said 30,000 possibly, right? 30,000 coming down to 30,000. I mean, I've heard people say 20,000, so we can kind of, you know, get those out of the way. But that is 28,000. That is the VWAP. So Bitcoin is still very much in a bull market. I know it seems like it's, this is a correction, right? And it's really driven people crazy. But we're still above a lot of things, right? Still above a lot of things. But here's the big thing I wanted to note out, right? The zone is a buy zone. Okay, it's a buy zone. Okay, and look at the value POS, right? It's very oversold. There's tons of caution. There's tons of bearishness, right? There's tons of I would say even disbelief, right? Disbelief because of just what it's gone through, right? What it's gone through, and so there is a kind of a stigma right now with crypto is that it's a scam and it's not worth anything. But right now you have Bitcoin, which is posting a buy. It has a trend 10 out of 10. The MACD is bullish, and we're closing in on the 50 RSI. Right, 5 bull readings, 0 bear readings. Okay, and look at the value area high. It's 117,000, and look at the POC. It's right at 94,000. We have 93,900. Right, it's pretty damn close to what we've been talking about and expecting. So I'm expecting higher still. I did want to see a correction, and that would be correlated with that stablecoin dominance chart that I posted earlier. And so that's kind of what I'm expecting. I'm expecting chop and really just the monthly open to hold, right? Hold the monthly open and then go. If we come to the daily chart, right now, if we do wanna see, actually I think it's on the hourly chart. I think it's on the 4-hour actually. I'll go to the 4-hour. Yeah, it is on the 4-hour. Okay. So do something like this. Something like this. Phoenix, the BTC. The BTC monthly RSI looks interesting. It bottomed out above 40 and hooked up. Every other time marked the bear market bottom. This is true. Yeah, that rounded bottom that I was talking about, that rounded hook. I don't even have the RSI anymore, but I can pull it up real quick. Let me pull this up. Yeah, this rounded bottom right through here that I've been talking about. Really predominant right here. This is the most predominant one right here. Right there. And that did mark the bottom. And it was almost like a U shape. This is almost like a V shape recovery. Right? This is almost a V shape recovery. And so, I would expect a U correction as well. Right? A U shaped correction. This really didn't correct that hard. Right? It really didn't correct that hard because it was such an ease, right? It was such an ease. You just used that momentum and went straight up. And that nice W bottom, or sorry, that rounded bottom. This is really a V shape. So I'm really looking for this to interact, come back down, and then really use that momentum. I think Bitcoin really is in need of that momentum for the upside. But yes, I agree. There's a lot of things that are looking good, right? And so what we can see even with the with the indicator, right? It's through multiple time frames, right? So it's not just, oh, it's a one time frame, one hit wonder kind of thing. No, 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 no. It's multiple time frames, right? Multiple time frames. And you'd say crypto vision. What do you mean? It says sell. Yeah, it does, because we're in a correction. I mean, I'm going to show it. I'm going to show it to you as well. I'm going to show you that we're in a correction right now, okay? And that right now we're in a 3-wave or almost a 5-wave move down, right? You have like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You have a really ugly diagonal. That's like really ugly, right? Not counting that. We're not counting that. Okay, so we're counting like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, really ugly diagonal. Okay, and then on the downside, okay, we can invert this, but right now I think you have a 1, 2, A, B, C, 3. I think you need a 4th wave up, and then you come down for a 5th. Right, and that'd be a nice correction, very nice correction. You can see it on the daily as well. Don't do that. Okay, so we do this. Look where that 1618 takes us for the 3rd wave. So realistically, we could have a 1, 2, ABC. So you have a 1, 2, 3, come down for a 4th wave, back test the trend line, and then go get a 5th. I would really like. I mean, the 2618 is it's perfect. It's perfect. I mean, it's absolutely perfect. Clear out a bunch of leverage, back test the monthly open. Everyone's gonna think, oh no, we're going down. This is it. I've been talking about a bear trap. You have to have a correction. You don't just pump from this. You need a sell-off that really gets bears stimulated. You really need that. Okay, and what that would do is you would have this big 1, 2. Okay, you'd have a 3, you have a 4, you have a 5, you have an A, B, C. So you'd have a 1, 2. You'd have a 1, 2. 1, 2 setup. Bouncing off, holding the monthly open. That's going to be key. It is at the 2618. That's a full correction. Okay, that's what I'm expecting. I'm expecting, and I've kind of talked about it, just a correction, just to clear out some leverage. Nothing crazy, right? Nothing crazy, but when you're going up like this on the weeklies, like this, you're going straight up like this on weeklies, you want to see some pull, you want to see a pullback. You do. And what is the low right here? The low is at 78,699. We've had 78,572. Okay, so maybe you see a little bit up. So see, like on the daily, I do think it'll happen either this week and next week, right? There's a lot of ugliness right now in the Middle East, and then you get that correction, right? And then people are really gonna shit their pants. All right, what'd you do right here? Okay, for that setup. Let's come down through here. We're looking at 1, 2 setups. We're looking at the baby setups. Look at the baby setups down through here. What'd you do? You came up, and you ran down. Okay, then you ran up, and you ran down. Then you went up, right? It's not just straight up. It's not just straight up. We're looking for impulses and then 3-wave moves. Impulse, 3-wave move. Okay. Impulse, correction. Impulse, correction. Impulse, big correction. Okay. And that's still, right? We're still working on the 1, 2. This is the 4-hour 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's just wave 1. We still need, you still need more than that. You need, you need a 1, 2, 3, 4, something like that. Maybe back test, and then you go get a 5, 5th wave. And then this is your bigger 1, 2 setup. You need a big 1, 2 setup on the 4-hour. And that'll look different on the weekly chart. But you need something like that. You need, I mean, if we're expecting continuation, right? If we're expecting higher prices, if we're expecting Bitcoin to hit, up here on these levels up through here, okay, right? You need to like come up and then come back down and come up come back down, and then come up. If we're really expecting something like that, that's kind of the way it needs to go. That's the way that I think it. I think that's the way it needs to go, um, and really shock people, and really shock people. Or we can come up through here, and then we have to come back down, right? We have to have a, or you come up right through here and make it even worse, right? I think this would actually be worse, coming up to like right through here, like the 107s, 108s, right up through here. Then you'd have like an A, B, C, C, like that. All right. That's the fear. That's the big fear, right? The 93,000s, the 107s, right, coming up through there and then rejecting. And then that's the bear market, because it just takes forever. I know I drew it out right there, but that would take a really long time. That would take a really long time. So, all right, that's Bitcoin. We talked about Bitcoin. Let's talk about some Jasmine. I do want to talk about Jasmine. It is one of the most bullish assets, not just because I own it, right? Not just because I own it. For some reason, the value area low is not working on Jasmine, which is fine. I'll look into that and tweak it. Maybe because the price is so low. All right, the price is so low. Let me see if this is, yep. Maybe when you get to a certain level. So I got to tweak that. I got to see that. Like degen, degen's at 0.000737. So, it's okay. We don't have to really worry about the value area low right now, because we know the low. The low right now is the monthly open. That's the low we're looking at. Back testing the 20 EMA on the weekly. Very beautiful. You have a buy zone, okay, with a very low POS, which is great. It's not overextended. It's not like silver where you're potentially hitting bearish divergences. It's not something where everyone's hyped up on. They're still unsure. You have a trend score of 8, so it's bullish. You have a bull score of 4, a bear score of 1. It's out of 5, right? It's out of 5, okay. And you're still below your POC. You're still below your VWAP, right? Your VWAP's at 2 cents. That's crazy. Coming up to here, 2 cents. I do have some marked levels. I've cleared it up, right? I've cleared it up a little bit, so it's not all cluttered, right? But Jasmine, that's what I'm looking for, really. And the way that this looks, there's a couple beautiful looking charts right now. Algo looks really good. ABT, we're going to check out ABT. Looks phenomenal. Okay, but this is good. MACD is bullish. Top on the daily. The daily's still buy. All right, the daily's still buy. But look, it's a little bit overextended, right? It's a little bit overextended. So pair this with the VMC. It's red. Okay, so we're looking for the correction to continue a little bit. All right, so we're looking for the correction to continue a little bit. And then the 4-hour chart has a sell. Well, that doesn't make any sense. CryptoVision, two have a buy, one have a sell. Yeah, because we're in the midst of bearish divergence. A red dot selling off, right? Correcting down. Okay, correcting. You almost have like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, something like that. We're gonna see it. We're gonna check it out on the extensions and the retracements. Okay, but you have bearish divergence. Okay, bearish divergence, red dot. You're getting oversold a little bit. Okay, and look at this yellow. It's starting to turn yellow. So what is that? That's at like 4. That's at 32. If I believe so, 52. I'm blind. Yep, 52. I might have to change that coloring. So things like that. All right, change that coloring. But you have that bearish divergence right here on the 17th. Right there, you had bearish divergence on that last little high. So let's go ahead and check out this and see where we're at and where we're going. This does look like a really nice move, though. This 1, 2. 1618 past the 2618. It's a smaller asset, so it is. Let's see where this got to. Hopefully the 1 at least. I think so. Yeah, right at the 1. Pretty much closed right at the 1, which is good. Good. So what we're looking for, right? If we do have 5 waves up, if we do have like a 1, 2, I don't really like this as a 4th wave on the 4-hour chart. I really don't. So I'm more liking like a 1, 2 ABC for a 3rd. This is your 4th wave move. Bada bing, bada boom. And so we're looking for continuation. Okay, this something happened like that here, and what happened? You made new lows, invalidated everything. Okay, so where we're at, where are we going? Where are we at, and where are we going? I don't know if I want to use this. I kind of want to use this, but we'll see. It's going to give me a bad reading. I already know it. I already know. The 2618's all the way down there. Wow. Wow. 1618 is right through there. That would take us down almost all the way. That would be pretty horrendous if I'm being honest. Pretty horrendous. I mean, realistically, that's the thing. This thing can move in so many different directions. I don't know if I want to use that one. I think this would be more appropriate. Use these just like that. Very tricky, right? Very, very tricky, but it's okay. We're good in these situations. We're good in these spots. Okay, finding the 50 as support. So I don't think this is done by any means, right? I think this is like a 1-2. Let's have like an A. I mean, this looks like a B and then a C. So realistically coming back down to like 692, 699, something like this. Like that. So you'd have a 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you go up for a fifth wave. Man, that 2618 would take that out. That would be terrible. That would still be terrible, but I can't adjust it anymore to fit my narrative, right? I already did it a couple times, but yeah, really trying to stay above this 597 level. Really trying to stay above that. So, if it takes that out, that's a bummer. It's a bummer because I'm very bullish on Jasmine. And we're just, we're looking for a reason to buy. Okay, and so right, these buys on the weekly, on the daily, we're just waiting for this 4 hour just to kind of figure it out a little bit, right? And it looks like its correction is still going to be staying in progress. Okay, we're looking at chain link here. Okay, we're looking at chain link here. Right back in this channel, we had that channel. I think it's on the daily. Pretty bearish channel. Just kind of grindy, a little bit grindy. Finding support right at, I had 1016. It's right there at 1018. 1016, 1018. The zone is caution, so all right, kind of staying away from chain link right now. A little bit more than anything. Look, it's flashing back and forth. Look at this. This thing does not know what to do right now. All right, the market is it's in a flux right now. But look at the trend. The trend is good. The MACD is bullish. The bear and bull score are pretty close to one another. Wow, the value area high is at $21. That's actually incredible. Value area lows at 718. Okay, so everything else is really pulling us up. So this correction is fine. This correction is not bad. Looks like it's kind of tailing off a little bit. No momentum yet. We got to have momentum. These moves without momentum, they look just like this. All right, what happened right here? Nothing, right? Bang. What happened right here? We had some momentum. Kept going. Same thing right here. Now you move up, bearish or bullish divergence, and then just slam down. So we definitely need that momentum. We're looking for reasons to be bullish, right? We're looking for reasons to be bullish. This gives us that bias. Can't just blindly be bullish. It is flashing from caution to sell to buy. So I think the correction will continue, right? I think the correction will continue. This has a buy on it. A little bit overextended, which would make sense. Look at this. Just days without really doing much, right? Since March 30th, right? So April 1st, essentially. It's kind of just been going up slowly. So I think we're due for a correction. I think we're due for a correction just to flush out a lot of leverage longs and to for us to actually continue moving up. You have a red dot on the VMC. I'm expecting a correction. Where could we go? The POC is at 929, so right above the monthly open. Right above the monthly open. This is pretty ugly. This is pretty ugly. That zone right there is really ugly. And you got like some type of correction right there. You can see that correction right in there. So there's just a lot of diagonals right now. You got like a 1, 2, 3. So it really could be like a 1, 2, 3. Looking for a fourth wave move. So that means you really can't go below 962. So we'll see about that. And then continuation higher. All right. Got 3 higher highs. Got higher lows, right? You got, well, yep. That was ugly. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. You know me and my drawings. They're so bad. They're so bad. And I want to be artistic. Not autistic, artistic. Right? I mean, the close was higher, right? Higher. Wicks are okay. The closes. We're looking for closes. Pardon me. So that's what we got right there, right there. 4-hour chart. Yeah, look at that. Bearish divergence, bearish divergence, bearish divergence, bearish divergence, bearish divergence, sell. So that's what we're doing right now. We're just selling off. We're continuing to sell off in a so far. Wow, you got a 3-3. 3 down. You got 3 up. Maybe you come 3 back down. One more down. You have 3 down, 3 up, 3 back down, or you have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't really like that. But it doesn't matter what I like. Doesn't matter what I like. I like the Dallas Cowboys. Doesn't really matter what I like. I'm hoping for a Super Bowl. That's like that's like hoping for snow in Hawaii. Just oh, I'm so used to the abuse already. It just doesn't even faze me anymore. No. It didn't hit the 1618. It tried. Didn't even hit the 1618, man. 1, 2, maybe 3, 4, 5. I mean, you do, but then that could just be, you can come down for a B wave. Okay, and then you can go 5 more down. 956. That'll drop us. That's fine. That's fine. We're looking to stay like, what did I say, 960 something? $976. Let me see here actually. No. Where is this one at? I'm sorry, I'm trying to do this upside down. I'm trying to do it upside down. I'm not this bad, I promise you. It's upside down. So I get confused a little bit, going back and forth. I'm a bear, I'm a bull, I'm a bear, I'm a bull. It's Batman. Da 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 da. Cool. Just marking that. If this is a diag, right? If this is some sort of diag, and this is a 1, 2, we can't close down below here. And if we close down below there, then we have to think, what the heck is this? Is this something different? Process of elimination, right? Just kind of got to work through things. Okay. All right, so that's chain link. We're really looking for 977 to hold. If not, then possibly we're looking for, levels down through here. 927 area to 908. Okay. Degen. Look at all that bearish divergence, bearish divergence, bearish divergence, bearish divergence. Sucks. I'll call you back. The daily is a buy with a red dot, so cautious, right? We don't want to be too much. It is still, the trend is still looking good. Trend is still looking good. Not a lot of info on here. Not a lot of info on here. A bunch of bearish divergences. None of this is working, so I got to look at what's going on with the smaller assets. They might be too small for my algorithm to pick it up on. It might be like a cutoff score. All right, but it's okay. We can manage. We don't just need that. That's why it's not we're not reliant upon that. All right, I gotta call them back after this. Okay. Right now, I mean, until, do I have any more on here? I gotta have more on here. Oh, okay, I don't. Maybe I deleted them. Maybe they're on the daily. Yep, they're on the daily. Okay, cool. We're in between the zone. It's all good. I need to see what the heck happened with this. Like that's a nice head and shoulders. If you can't see it, I'll show it for you. Got a shoulder, got a head, you got a shoulder. Came right up to that shoulder line, and what'd you do? Smack down. Okay. So that's that. That's pretty ugly. You don't want to see that. No, no, no. You almost got something right here. And then boom. All right, a little bit less obvious. You just don't like to see that kind of stuff. You don't like to see that. So, I mean, this is just a nice choppy range. And what have we done every time we've come up? What have we done? We've come down and we've taken out previous lows. Previous lows. So we're going to come down here and take out previous lows. Got to be even lower. We could. DGen could. It's kind of just pattern recognition at this point. Every time we come up to this 764 and we can't hold it, we take out previous lows. And the previous low right now is 612. Can I put that on the... Let me just put that right through here. Put that right there. Yeah, DGen is so due. This freaking thing. It is. It really is due. And you know, as of right now, it did break out, and it's just going sideways. It's just kind of it's kind of boring right now. But the fact that you know, this is looking pretty. It had that strong bullish divergence, and it's just kind of going sideways. Just waiting. Really for a lot of these assets, looking to see if the monthly open can hold. If this can really hold like this, and then you start bouncing off the monthly open, then you're looking really good. All right, so there's DGen for you. I do agree, though. I think it's going to blast off. The total, this is exactly what you want to see. So look at the total market cap, right? You got a buy, you got low value POS, which is good, right? You don't want to see an overextended one. Okay, you want to see this at the lows. Pardon me. 10 out of 10 on the trend. Bullish MACD. 5 bullish signals, 0 bearish signals. And we're right. I mean, this kind of sucks. We lost 2.62. Kind of sucks. We lost 2.62. But look where the POC is. POC is at 3.13. Right there. I mean, you can't even make it up. Right there. Okay. VWAP 2.05. I mean, that's down at these lows. So, you know, I'm betting on the magnet effect right now. Let's go into the POC. Coming up here, correcting, and then going up. Something like that. Something like that. Okay, something like that. That's exactly what you want to see on the weekly. You're going to see this on the others chart as well. Okay, you're going to see this on the others chart. A little bit, I mean, not as bullish as the total chart. I mean, it's factored into the total chart, and then plus Bitcoin. Bitcoin is, I mean, I know it's down right now, but it's still bullish, right? Bitcoin is still bullish. But this is, I mean, this is, if you're looking for a rounded bottom, this is exactly, this is picture perfect. Okay, so maybe you come up through here, you correct a little bit, and then you go. It's perfect. It is perfect. So we're gonna get into some other charts. Okay, I really want to check out ABT. This thing looks so freaking good on the weekly. Unbelievably good. Unbelievably good on the weekly. I mean, look at this, guys. Look at this thing. You kidding me right now? This thing looks great. Might actually get in right now. Not right now, but I'm gonna be I think I might try to get in. I do. You have an impulse. You're oscillating down. Like, this is gorgeous. You have a buy signal. You have a trend. You have a high trend. Low value POS. Bullish. Your value area high is 81 cents. Your POC is 47 cents. I mean, this looks good to me. Degen is due, Hemlock. It is freaking due. ABT, this thing looks freaking phenomenal. I don't even want to use that. Maybe I will. Like that right there, baby. I'm going to put this on. And we're just going to use this bottom. We're just going to use this for right now. We're just going to use this. So it's like a triangle pattern, right? Just oscillating down. Oscillating down. Break. 32 cents. This thing is freaking due. This thing looks so nice, right? ABT looks very nice. Very nice. The daily chart, sell. That doesn't surprise me, right? That shouldn't surprise you guys either. Maybe still, but that's what the indicator's all about, right? The weekly is still bullish, but the daily is it's in a correction, and we can see the correction, right? You can see that this is in a correction. It's oscillating down, right? It's oscillating down. It's moving down. It's moving down. It's getting a little bit leaky. We like to see this. You really like to see this. Okay, because it's looking for one last flush and then go. That's typically what happens, right? You get like sideways, and then you have something clear all the leverage. Anybody entering in through here, because you entering through chop is absolutely crazy if you're using leverage and DYDX. All right, I'll check it out, Hemlock. I got you, brother. You're looking for like a flush, like a quick boop, get everyone out. So that's what I would expect. One last little flush. Go. Value area low is 21 cents. It really could. What is this at? This is at like 26. So we have 22 cents. So this really could come down. One last flush and then go. AVT looks really good though. Really good. Really good. I think it can do some nice things. Bunch of bearish divergences. Doesn't really surprise me. A bunch of bearish divergences with the red dot. Another great looking one. You already know I'm big fan of algo right now. Big fan. Tons of bullishness. The weekly is freaking bullish as heck. Look at all this bullish divergence. I mean, bullish divergence since freaking 2023. Come on now. That looks good. I'm going to cover that on Friday's video. I think ACH is another one. Yeah, ACH is another one. Look at all these, though. Look at all these. You're at a buy. You're at a low value POS. Trend is 8, which is 10 is the max. Your MACD is bullish. You have 4 bullish signals, 1 bearish signal. You have bullish divergence. You have an impulse. You're above your 20-week EMA. I mean, I can keep going on and on, right? I can just keep going on and on and on. See, this is a perfect example. This is something where maybe you don't buy right here, right? You're overextended. Okay, it's 1.15 is the max. So you're overextended, and that makes sense. I mean, you did just go up 60%, right? You just went up 60%. A little bit overextended. So, see, I'm surprised. This is working on this one, and it's pretty low. I don't know. I got to figure it out. That's my job. I got to figure it out. Especially if I want it to be one of the best ones out there. I got to Just keep working on it. It'll be version 60 by the time it's freaking released. It's at version 48 or 49, something like that. It's been a lot of headaches. A couple of days where I don't make videos is because I'm working on this freaking thing. Sorry, my soapbox sometimes gets crazy. Sell as well on the daily or on the 4 hour. So you have a sell on the 4 hour. And so that makes me think, oh yeah, I'm not really buying right here. You have a red dot, bearish divergence. Not really looking for to buy right here. Looking for it to cool off a little bit more, and so then we can actually, try to time an entry. Doge. I don't think Doge was something I'm really looking into. Not really. Ethereum, sad. Sad. Freaking Ethereum. Do you guys have any requests? DYDX. Is that a right when I look over there, Hemlock's like, bro, I got a request. Figure it out. Sorry, man. DYDX. Cosmos? This is probably it, right? DYDX. I think it is. Is this it? That looks like... Is this X money? DYDX? Is this X money? Because that looks like the X logo. That'd be a bummer. Dude, I want them to use XLM. Sorry, I'm being honest. I don't want them to use this. What the heck is this? October 2025. Oh, look at that thing. Wow. Oh my gosh. Every time I'm reminded of October 10th. Gosh, damn, that's bad. It is. It is X money, huh? I don't know if you guys saw that, but Bermuda, their entire financial system is going to be on XLM. Everything. I know, whoa, it's Bermuda, who cares? I mean, you got to have pilots. You got to have, test pilots. You got to see how it works. The small countries and then the big countries come by along. I mean, it's like the YouTubers, right? The small YouTubers are the gems, and then they turn the big ones, and then they're like, I don't know about that anymore. This is shaping up for a nice, I like how it does. It's looking like this because if I invert it, it's going to look really sad if I invert this. Yeah, look at that. That looks sad. Right, boom, and then you're really getting this. I'm really expecting something maybe to just to keep creeping. We're going to put on some levels onto here. Caution zone. A little bit of caution right now. A little bit of caution. It's not going to have much information. It's brand new. So, oh, didn't take out the lows. I feel like this is a 1-2-1-2 anyways. So. That's what I think. Look what it hit. 2618. Beautiful. Beautiful. Actually, even went higher than that. What is the market cap? 127 million. That's actually pretty damn good. That's really damn good. Let's do something like that. Like a dot one. Like a this one. And then, if we're looking for a full wave up, where's the 382 at? Wow, it just passed down below the 382. That's a bummer. That's a bummer. But it's okay. Bummer. And this last one, let's check this out. do want to check this out right here. Look at that. That'd be nice. Take out some lows right here. Could take out some lows, possibly. I think it might be a little bit steeper correction than that, if I'm being honest. If I'm being honest. Okay, we'll leave that there for now. I kind of actually want to put the... no, we'll leave that. We'll leave that right there. All right, really 1636. That's the level I'm really looking for. Value area high is 17 cents. So potato, it's right up through there. For continuation, VWAP's up at 20 cents. So that's pretty nice. Pretty nice. Value area low is right at 9 cents. So a little bit lower than this, which kind of would suck. Unless this is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then you can come all the way back down yonder. You can come all the way back down yonder, right there. You can do that. Yeah, you can correct all the way back down, and it'd still be fine. You'd still have a beautiful 1, 2. Oh, gosh, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't let me speak it into existence. No, you stay above right there. Let me see. It's like that Mario game where you got to turn around when the chain is like coming at you. I'm a Mario Party guy, so if you're not, I'm sorry. That's the best I got for you. So that could be a thing. So you could be like an A, B, come back down into C, come back down into C. Could do that. There's a lot of different ways for a correction. You know the crypto world. You can have a type of flat where you come up, right? Higher low. You can make a lower low. Shit. You can do a bunch. But overall, I mean, if it's X money, it's gonna go up. Elon Musk, that guy's so freaking balling. It's not gonna fail. The 4-hour charts, we get a little bit more information. Look at that. Sell, bearish divergence everywhere, red dot everywhere. Bearish, 0 trend, 6 bearish indicators. Yeah. I think it's still just, the trend is still down. Still. Just a little bit. Then you can maybe start your counter rally. And then you can, bada bing, bada boom, start the rally upwards. If you guys have any more requests, hey, I do appreciate all you guys stopping by. If you liked the video, hit that like button, subscribe for more. It helps out the channel a ton. Let me know what you think about the indicator. Let me know what you think. Near was beautiful. I'm really looking for some setup. Sia coin. What is this one? Slanter. Ooh. I remember talking about this a while ago. Weeks ago. Wow. Someone brought it up. Wow, this thing went crazy. So if you had some take profits at 26 cents, that would have been good. Good. Triple V, this thing has really done well. We had this level up at $17. It closed at what, 17.22. Very good project. I forgot who brought this up. Someone brought this up, and it's been killing it. This has been doing very well. Very well. We've been tracking it for about 2 weeks now. Came right down to this level that we talked about and just broke through all resistance. And that's what crypto can do. This is a $700 million asset, and it broke through all resistances. So any of these can do that. I guess I can talk about some XRP. It's just not really doing anything. But we'll talk about some XRP. Until someone else brings something up, we'll talk about XRP. Okay. Wow. For some reason, it won't even pick up the VWAP. Are you talking about, Ryzen asks, what does it mean when the lines on your indicator widen? Are you talking about these lines right through here? They are associated with they're color associated. So VWAP for some reason isn't getting picked up on XRP, which is very strange. Very, very, very strange. Um, POC is purple. Value area high is green. And the value area low is red. So it's just these, right, where it shows, where price is at right now, relative. I just didn't want it to um, clog up the chart. Really, when we have when they get really close, right, when this comes down through here and this comes up through here, that's when you get that's when you see a almost a transition start to occur. Okay, because the POC is the magnet. Okay, so the further that we, the more that we spend time around the magnet, both of these will start to come down like that, and then you pick a direction. So we're not even with a lot of these cryptos, we're not even close to where the fair value is. We're really not. I mean, right now the value area low is 126. We're at 143, so we're like, down here. We're way down here on price. Okay, $3. We have what? I mean, I think I hit it just to hide the clutter. But yeah, just $2.15 is the right now is the fair value. That's how compressed and that shows almost an abnormality, right? They should be closer to the POC, right? Both the value area high and value area low. That really just shows the volatility, right? That means, right? I mean, it is pretty not self-explanatory, but with how fast crypto expands, right? That'll drive up the value area high fairly quickly. Okay, just like this. You see how it's right through here. Everything is nice and close, and it expanded. Okay, and the value area low is going to stay the value area low and slowly gain price. Okay, and it's the opposite right now. Is when these are right. We're down here at this low. This value high is coming down lower now. It's the opposite. See how this was coming up higher? Slowly. Okay. They're almost like Bollinger Bands for volume. So it's a volume indicator, right? It's where, the most volume that we should see is right around $1.26. 215, so $1.26, 215, and then 304. Right now. Okay, the longer the price is down below both will slowly come down. Slowly. Very slowly. Because it's the fair value. Right now, 215. Right now, XRP's fair value is 215. So it boggles my mind. It really does boggle my mind that, crypto's been suppressed for so long. Like XLM, right? If we go to... Well, let me finish XRP. I mean, nothing's really... Yeah, buy, probably sell. Yeah. Buy. See how these are a little bit closer? A little bit more volatility. We're expecting a little bit more volatility on this daily chart. The 4-hour chart is probably really close to each other. Look at that. Yeah. So we're just expecting something to really move. To really move and groove. Right? When these things get close, they start to go crazy. When they get really close, they go crazy. So right now, they are extremely close, but it's in the midst of a correction. It's in the midst of, I mean, this has a sell. The 4-hour chart is not showing any signs of bullishness, right? Any signs of bullishness. The 4-hour chart is showing chop, and what we've talked about for a while. XRP has really been chopping. It's really been chopping, but where are we at right now? We're at 143. We're right at the POC. We're right at the point of control. So we could see a rejection here. Could see a rejection down through here. And then 138 is the value area low. 136 is the monthly open. I'm just thinking that a lot of things are going to really try to test the monthly opens. I really am at this point. I don't think. Hopefully they don't break, but I am expecting a lot of these to just test the monthly open, reset, and then impulse. Can't be doing this. It's so ugly. That's okay. It's not terrible, but really can't be doing this diagonal movement. They're just unpredictable. Unpredictable. So not something that I really like to see. But the weekly chart looks really nice. Weekly chart looks really, really, really nice. And so, I do believe that this, we're gonna see, and I mean, really, realistically, with the Middle East conflict, yeah, a retest or a break. Yeah, I do agree. Yeah, Phoenix says he believes that a retest or a break is forming. Yeah, and that's sketchy, right? That's scary, scary stuff. What did we talk about last time? Um, hmm. I don't know where I was talking about that last time. Um, but XLM here. We talked about some XLM. Um, if you guys have any requests, again, drop them in. We're getting towards the end, so I'd like to get any that you're interested in. XLM doesn't look as strong as XRP. You got it's cautionary right now. Very low score on the POS. Very low score. Pretty neutral on bearish and bullish readings. Um, right now the trend is a 6, so it's in between. Right, it's been fluctuating back and forth. And realistically, I mean, the value area low is at 13 cents. We've talked about 13 cents for a while. We do have it on here. We have it on here. It's just hidden right now for visual purposes. I just don't want a bunch of clutter. We're right now we're working in between the 15.6 cents all the way to 18.4 cents. What is a low? 15.7 cents. So pretty damn close. Cookie, oil. All right, I got you. And so, but look at the POCs at 27 cents. Look how far below or down below the POC. Value area high is at 40 cents. I mean, you only can stay so low before it's a magnet. It will go to the POC. This is kind of how it goes. That's how it operates. Even on the daily is we're below a lot of things. It's showing a buy signal with a low value POS, which is kind of what you want to see, honestly. Bullish trend, but really just going sideways. Really going sideways. Nothing really going on here. And you got that sell side. You had this bearish channel. That bounced right on it. I'm just going to leave that right there. Bouncing right, back testing it. So that looks pretty good. I'm not going to lie. Looks pretty good for a test so far. Dang, look at this. This is starting to get crazy. Crazy tight. Had crazy tight in here and then it started to really go crazy. All right. Very bearish on the daily though. You got to sell, zero trend, bear market on the MACD, bear on the MACD, below 50 on the RSI. I mean, 7 bearish signals, so it's not. I think the short term right now is still bearish for crypto. Crypto wide, I think it's bearish for crypto wide. Oil, we're back at oil again. No, bro, I didn't boycott. No. I did not. I did not boycott. Canol's asking if I boycotted butthole coin or butt coin, not butthole coin. No, I did not. Juicy. You haven't been through, dude. I just do it on request, brother. I will get Buttcoin. I will check out Buttcoin. I will check out Buckcoin for you. I promise. I promise. I promise. I promise. Let me check out some oil. Let's do it on the weekly. Actually, let's go to the daily. Let's go to the daily for right now. Let's go to the daily, Daisy. So what we got on just on the VMC, right? We do have that green dot. We're above 97. And we're looking for, so for above 97, we're looking for 127. It's very simple. No bearish divergences. The trend is pretty weak. Point of control is $96. We have 97, so it's pretty close. Or if you're above 96, if you're above 97, you're bullish. And then value high is 112, so that could be an area. 112 could be an area before 127 that you see a rejection at. But the 4-hour chart, just because it's so impactful right now with what's going on with freaking the Middle East. Right, the Middle East is, look at that. Look at the trend is 10 right now. Buy, bullish. It looks, I mean, POC is 99. You're still above that. Oh, the VWAP's right at 101.69. Wow. So right now you're above the POC. You're right below the VWAP. But I mean, you could still target up to this 105 all the way to that 112 region. Right? You do that. But it looks pretty, it's bullish on the short term. Bullish on the short term. Bullish on the short term for right now. For right now, it's bullish on the short term. What is this? Contract switch. Okay. Oil firms as supply tightness. Okay. Yeah, Phoenix. It does look, I mean, this does look kind of bearish, though. It still looks bearish. If I'm being honest, it still looks bearish. But right now, I think the short term, I think is bullish right now. With all the BS that's going on in the Middle East right now, I think it's bullish. We'll just keep that for right now. We'll see if it can. We can see if it can hold this trend. The latest rejection. What does this take us up to? About 105. So we're gonna check this out. I think it is highly manipulated. I think market makers are trying to trap. It does. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. It does look like market makers are trying to trap people because it looks bullish. Everything is pointing bullish, but the setup is bearish. This setup is bearish. It's right next to value area high. So you can really just creep up a little bit more and then really reject and really wreck people. So that's what I'm watching. I'm watching for, short-term bullish, and then really like a harsh rejection, clearing out this low, and then possibly continuing, just depending on the freaking Middle East. But yeah, I don't know. Is that what you're thinking? That's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm thinking from the VMC. My chair just went out of lock. Heart stopped. It's like the drops on the fair that you just go straight down. Damn, that scared me. Whoa. Hold up. Okay. Yeah, let me know what you think, Ryzen. That's what I'm kind of thinking. 105 to 112. I don't think it gets to 127 unless it really corrects. I think 127 is once it corrects. Once it really corrects and starts like a next move, I think 127 is kind of high. 127 for right now. I just think this range right now, this range in through here is pretty bearish. That doesn't really look very good. To me, that doesn't really look very good. That kind of just almost looks like, I don't know, this looks pretty ugly. This looks nice. And then this looked pretty good. That looked pretty good. I'm not going to lie, that looked pretty good. But it's still a lower high. Lower high, lower high, lower high. So, I don't know. I don't know. Yeah. Okay, cool. Cool, cool, cool. Um, I can't believe homie thought I was boycotting Buttcoin. That's crazy. That's crazy work. Man, Snapchat looks so beautiful. Oh, look at that thing. Take her on a date. Take her on a date. Look how beautiful that looks. You want to see something even more beautiful? Look what it looks like on the weekly. Oh my gosh. That's so nice. Looks like a flat too. Gosh, dude. Snapchat. Telling you what. Tell you what. All right. Sorry. I get caught off guard. Cookie. I'm gonna hide this. Did I add this to group 2? Group 1. I'm gonna get rid of that one. Well, you couldn't hold 1972. Couldn't hold it at all. That's a bummer, but it's all good. Value area low's negative. I don't think Hemlock's gonna like that too much. Negative 0.01. Oh man. Oh, don't worry. This will work in progress. For the most part, I really do enjoy it. I think it's very, very good. Look at the value area high is 17 cents though. That's crazy. The POC is 0.08. That's crazy. That's what I would be looking at. 17 cents from here? That's a 10x. That's incredible. With a negative 0.01. Just ignore that. But it is pretty bearish. And I'm assuming this candle right now is really attributing to that. I mean, that's a harsh candle. That's pretty harsh, at least on the weekly. Man, really can hold that. When do we make that? Monday? We make this Monday? Yeah, look at that. It looked, I mean, looked like it wanted to try to hold it a little bit, but this thing can't even hold the 20 EMA. It's kind of lame. Kind of bad. POC's at 0.02, so like right above. I mean, right here, it just rejected the POC, which is pretty standard. So, really, I mean, realistically, man, I already broke that. Oh, man. Just the more information you get. Oh, Fabio, what up, dude? Tomorrow we should start breaking up. Fabio is saying we're going up. He's back. Fabio is back. Back in the flesh. We got the bull in the house. I mean, now that this broke down below this really can't be. I mean, it is. I mean, I don't even know. This cannot, like, what the, ugh. Something this looks so off. I mean, I will say when you invert it though, I mean, this does look like it wants to just break. So maybe you test one more. Maybe you test the monthly open one more time. It's another one that it's just, oh my god. If you test the monthly open as a low, then what? What are we actually working with? I already broke that, so that can't be it. So it has to be something down here now. Man. I know it seems kind of irrelevant or like, oh, why are you moving that up? Well, because you really don't want to, without a clear 5 wave move, there's no clear 5 wave move here. It could be a 3 wave move. Okay. You can't take into this in account anymore. You can't use this anymore. So this is all dead. We're looking at this now. That's it. That's it. Everything else is ruined. It's ruined. Absolutely ruined. So, but it's okay. We'll just move on. So really, I mean, really don't want to close. You really can't close below the wave 1 termination. That means if you close down below here, then you're probably going to take out your monthly open. And then if you take out your monthly open, you're probably going to take out these lows. And if you take out these lows, then you're probably going to take out this wick. And if you take out this wick, you're probably going to take out this wick. So you'll probably take this out. It's just like a cascading event. You know, that's the way that market makers work. All right. That's how it works. And so it's, you know, one Monday could look good, and then it's like, oh my gosh, you're selling off really hard. Yeah, 15% already off. It's not ideal at all. Not ideal at all. I mean, being bear is stupid now with all the indexes and stonks pushing up. I mean, can't call names, okay, Fabio? You got to be nice. No, just fine. Um, I do agree it's a little silly with being extremely bearish, right? When you're extremely bearish, when you're a lot of these YouTubers who are just getting the what do they call it again? Clickbait. I don't even I right with the clickbait titles are like, oh, we're May 2022 is playing out again. Look out for 30,000. Right, when they use like fear, when they're like max fear headlines. I don't agree with that. I agree that you could have I think you can have a bear stance right here at resistance, like how I am right now. I'm not a full bear, but I'm expecting a correction. I am expecting a correction. I don't think we're gonna move up tomorrow, Fabio. I don't think so. I just don't with what's going on right now. I really do think that the monthly opens are. I think market makers they're looking for liquidity right now. You know, I that's what I could be 100. I want to be wrong. Hopefully I'm wrong. Hopefully I'm wrong. Hopefully you're right, and we go up from here, and we all hold hands and we skip and we go have lunch together. We get to know each other by our first names, okay, not our last names. That's professional, right? Because we're friends. That's what friends do. But no, Cookie, look at this candle. Gosh, damn, that's ugly. That's a fat candle. And when you have a fat candle like that, and you just come up like this, like you gotta have a fat candle back. You can't just you can't do this because then you invert that, and then it's a freaking bear flag, and then you're gonna. It's so fascinating how something can switch up on you so fast, right? You're looking great, you're looking good, you have some good stuff. Like if you want to have this candle first, that's fine. Then you can kind of creep up a little bit, then you can slam down again. But already down. You're slamming down right here when you're already down freaking. I'm sorry if I sound freaking annoyed because I am. You're already down 8%, and then you decide to slam. No, king of the slams. If I'm correct, BTC should start heading to 90 to 95, then pull back and then push straight new all-time highs. Like they call a crash on. They did. I will say there was a couple bears, people bearish on. I don't know. Are you in the Discord, Fabio? There's a couple of people bearish on the SPY. There's a couple. I'm gonna say I'm just gonna. Banana was extremely bearish on the SPY, and um, he. I'm gonna use this because it's so funny. It's so funny to me because the kind of dude he is. He brings up the 2000 bubble, the crash, the .com bubble, where he brought a fractal from it, and I'm just gonna show you guys because it's to me I love it because it's to me it's classic. Um, and we're gonna go look at the exact date it happened to. I gotta go find it though. Give me a minute. If you're not on the Discord, that's why it's kind of funny because we it's not all serious. It's you gotta have fun. I mean, in times of suck, you gotta have fun. In my opinion, right here, this is it. Let me do this. Right here. All right, so yeah, get in the Discord, bro. So this is Venano. Is like internet bubble, right? Gives a fractal. Do you think it's possible? And this was April 16th, so we'll go to that date. I said, do you think it's possible to see alt season at the same time we see a collapse in the S&P 500? Right? I said, no, I don't. Right? I'm going to stick to my plan of laid out price over time. Okay. Um, and I'm saying okay, and it's I think this was it the same day. I don't know. I'm saying it's bullish, right? Most are bearish here. I'm not seeing that. I broke it down. I went into the premium and I talked about how I'm very bullish, right? How I'm very bullish. Um, for the moment, we have the identical pattern of the 2000s internet bubble, and then you go down. I, I say this. I will say this: if you have conviction and a plan, you could always short here. And this is the pure honesty that I love of in our community is I have no conviction and any plan. And to me, that's just so. I feel like that's a lot of I mean, even bears right now, right? Bears just want to scream like, "Oh, we're going lower." It's like, okay, are you shorting right now? Are you doing anything to make money? Are you doing anything right now in your power to make money um, with the fact that you believe we're going lower? And I don't think most people are. I think most people they don't short. I don't. I think people. I think bears really talk about shorting, and I don't think they actually short. But I don't know how we got there. I was covering Cookie. Um, because I was reading Fabio's comments. He says, and now everyone is calling top on BTC and crash under 50. My opinion from tomorrow, we hold above 82. So you think we're going to move above 82? That is a tall order, my friend, to get above 82. Very tall order. I still gotta look at VeChain. I still gotta look at Buckcoin. Let me check out Buckcoin too. I'm gonna check out Buckcoin. Still below. Nothing has changed for Butt. We're still in this freaking range. Butt is still that's crazy that Butt is still in this range, okay? So, Knowles, by the way, I'm not freaking boycotting this thing. I love the fact that you're not juicy by any chance. Are you juicy? You're juicy, huh? Are you juicy in Discord? If you're juicy in Discord, I'm gonna call you out. I talk about you when I swing by Buttcoin and I see it's doing well. I'm like, oh well, Juicy must be happy. Juicy must be happy. I freaking do. I swear it. Right hand to the man. I do. Every time I scroll through Buttcoin, I see it's up 20% or whatever. I'm like, oh, Juicy's happy. Juicy's stoked. Because you're the only. If you're not, then I don't know who I'm talking about or talking to. My indicator's not going to It's not going to be very much help right here. It started in 2025 on the weekly. We can check it out on the daily. Yeah, buddy. Yeah, I'm always talking about you, dude. I'm always talking about Buttcoin. Um, nothing's really, nothing's really changed. The fact that this might actually lead up to a three-wave move. This might lead to a three-wave move, right? This might be your A. Pardon me. You might have a B wave. I think Buttcoin might actually start to run up and then correct down and then take out this low. I do. I do. I do. I do. Let me see here. Let me see. Let me see. Let me see. Look at here. Look at here. Look at here. Right at the 2618. So that's a complete move. So it might already be underway. That's a complete move to the 2618. It was right below the 19679 area. We're down below 13869. I said it a couple times, you know. I believe it was over here. I looked at it, and over here looked at it. And both times, you know, it's kind of forming that. It's kind of bearish, right? Kind of bearish. This doesn't look as bearish, but it's still overall to me it does look like it's ramping up. I'd be cautious. I'm cautiously optimistic about Bitcoin. Cautiously optimistic. Let's see what it has here. It has a buy zone, but it's not reading it correctly because there's no data on it. So on the newer ones, it's hard to get good data on it because there's not a lot of information. Let's go. Sweet. Appreciate you joining, Fabio. I knew it was you, Juicy. I knew it was you, bro. I knew it was you. Okay, so on the 4 hour, it's bearish. On the maybe I could get something out of the 12 hour because the daily, I just feel like the larger time frames are gonna be like all these are showing the same. I don't like that. I don't like that right now. I don't like that. But we are down below this 13869 level, and so now I'm targeting this 10222 level once again. Right, I am targeting that. It does have a buy on the daily, but we have a red dot on the VMC. That's why we combine. It's not just a one thing's all. It does have some good momentum. That trend, right? This is that trend we were talking about. Bullish on the MACD. Bullish 7 out of 0 bullish indicators. But it is at 0.84. It is kind of, you know, it ran up. It ran up. It's a smaller market cap. We're looking for correction. Just for the correction to continue. And realistically, at this point, now I can even add this right through here. We can add that right through there, right there. Because you close down below there, that's the wave 1 termination point. Close down below here. It's like the same thing with Cookie. You close down below here, then you're really in trouble. Okay. Cool. All right, and then VeChain. Do I have VeChain? I don't. VeChain right there. I haven't covered it. I don't have it covered, but it's okay. It's brand new, dang it. No, it's not. Is it? Yes, it is. No, it's not. Oh my gosh, no, it's not. Ooh. That actually looks pretty damn spicy. But I will say, you've taken out lows. We kind of had this conversation last time. When an asset is like this, when an asset is like this, when you're taking out, right, this took out lows. Obviously, this took out all your lows. Now you're almost in the fact of, now you're almost worried of, you know, you got this 1, 2, you almost have this like 3, 4, 5. So you have an A. You're almost worried about a 3-way move, like not even hitting all-time highs. B. And then you have to come back down again. I mean, you could have a flat, right? You could have a flat. That would be even more devastating. You come up through here, 3-way move. You think you're going to all-time highs, and it's a freaking A, B, C, like that. That's the thing. That's what I've talked about with DGen. I got you, brother. No worries. Futter. Are you calling me a futter? I think I know what you mean by that. What do you mean by that? Explain. Give it to me straight. Okay. Bunch of bullish divergences. Wow. Right, bunch of bullish divergences. I mean, the 382 is at 5. That's a big area. I mean, I know it should be green because it's so far up. I always do that. I'm like, why don't I do it green? This is why. So I go through during this time and I'm like, no. I don't want to do green. My wife is always nagging me and telling me what to do. I want to do what I want when I make my videos. That's so much to ask. Man just wants to be at peace. Okay, and then I do want to see something. I mean, that's a big one too. I'm just gonna say it. That's a freaking massive one too. The 1618 would take you to negative dollars. I don't think that's the case here. 618 is pretty close actually. 786. 886. Yeah, we're gonna do this one right here too. Okay. I'm gonna check this out just like that. We're gonna make this green because for me, all right. Oh shoot, I gotta take this. All right, yep, V-chain at least to 4 cents. Okay, guys, but I'm gonna have to cut this short. I gotta go. They're working on my landscaping and stuff, so I got to go take care of that. I'll do V-chain. I mean, I kind of covered it here a little bit, but make sure you stop by and then drop that again, and I can go more into depth with that. Sorry about that. I got to duty calls. So I do appreciate you guys all stopping by. Fabio, thanks for joining the Discord. I appreciate you, brother. I post in there on write-ups Tuesdays and Thursdays typically. And then you get all the live updates, YouTube updates, things like that, people talking. So I do appreciate you guys. If you guys have questions, concerns, shoot me a DM on Discord. I'll get back to you as soon as possible. As always, I thank you for stopping by. I thank you for your time and your support. As always. Take it easy. Peace.